Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Quality North Carolina Candidate Spotlight. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. I'm Rebby Kern, and my pronouns are they, them, and theirs. I'm the Director of Education Policy here at Equality NC, and I am based in Charlotte. Super excited to be on today to chat with Christine Kelly, who is running for House District 37. And Christine, this is a great time for you to come on, introduce yourself, and tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're running for office.
Thanks, Rebby. It's so great to see you again. I know that we met in person last May, which was wonderful. But I'm just thrilled to have this opportunity to be spotlighted by Equality NC because I think your organization is wonderful and you do the work that's needed right now, particularly during this political climate. So thrilled to be here. I'm Christine Kelly. I am a 30-year resident of House District 37, which means a lot because a lot has changed. I mean, the town that I live in the same house had 1,200 people and the neighboring town had just around 3,000. Now we're talking about almost 40,000 and 45,000, 44,000. So, but this is my home. This is my town. And I moved here from, I was living in Canada. I moved down here to, because I met my husband, raised my family. And I'm just, like I said, this is my home. So I work full time. I work at a wonderful software company. I've been in STEM for 40 years. My background is I have a Bachelor of Math, so I'm very analytical as how I look at things. And have always been involved in our community. I mean, I've been PTA president in a couple of schools, I volunteer, I'm in several other organizations, including one that I just love being part of is our local Holly Springs MLK group. So I grew up in a small town in Northern Ontario where we took care of everyone and everyone is involved. And I just took the spirit here to do the same thing. So how did I get into politics and why am I here today? I became a citizen almost 10 years ago. And I remembered when I took the oath recognizing the privilege of joining this country and being part of it, and recognizing that it was kind of a call to action to say, you become a citizen, what will you do to give back? And that's when I really started to think about how can I make a contribution back to the country that is letting me be a citizen. So that kind of led me through a path where I was on town council, and being part of a town that's grown so much, I wanted to get on town council so that we could be more strategic and look at being more transparent, and appreciated the time I was there and learned a lot. So now I'm running for North Carolina State House because I want to use the knowledge that I've learned at town council, but make sure that the legislature, knowing our district so well, can help us and really raise the quality of life everyone here so that folks can live, work, play, go to school, retire and thrive in Southern Wake County, which, is a wonderful place to live, but there are things we could do better.
Christine, thank you so much. It's so great to actually hear a little bit more about you. We have met in person, and I really celebrate the work that you're up to. And I love hearing that you're in software and all of your work in STEM. So thanks for sharing that. There's a lot happening in our state, and you have been so involved in so much of this work. So, as a part of your campaign and candidacy for District 37, what are some of the top issues that you're seeing or that you're hearing about as you work with constituents? And how might you address some of those issues if you're elected?
Rebby, that's such a great question. And the answer is there's a lot, right? I mean, I've been doing a lot of door knocking, canvassing, going out to public, and I've always been that way just because of my volunteer outreach. Let's face it, it's a tricky time and the economy is making things hard for some folks. I know some are much more impacted by the cost of gas, pricing of the prices of food, and I get that. And I'm all for, in the immediate problem, looking for ways to make things better, like tax breaks, et cetera. The bigger picture, though, and I lean strategically in terms of my big issues. I am a huge advocate for public education, and I really feel strongly that public education is what gives everybody an equal footing to move forward in life and helps fulfill goals. And in our area, when I moved to this town, there were no schools. And now we have, several high schools in the area, middle schools, the elementary schools. So we are a booming area. And when commencing, our school system is really, really top of mind for many reasons. One, most folks I talk to either parent was a teacher, knew a teacher, are a teacher, or their kids are in school, they love their teachers. So it comes near and dear to people's hearts of their quality of life is access to great schools. And I know that right now our schools are being taxed. They are not being funded like they should be. They're not getting the resources that they need. And particularly after COVID, we're also not getting the opportunity to help our students recover and have health professionals in there to make sure that they're doing well. So schools, the funding of the schools is top priority for me. And we know that the plan's been made, the Leandro plan, you've probably heard about that. There is a way to move us forward in a positive direction. There is funding for that plan. It's sitting in a rainy day fund that we could just let some of that go to help our schools. And that is top priority for me is when I go to legislatures, make sure that we invest in our schools. And I share, I grew up in a small town. My sophomore math teacher saw my love of math, and it gave me the encouragement to get a math degree and be in STEM. Like every child deserves that opportunity to have the dream that they want and feel safe in their schools and know that they are heard. And our schools are definitely being under attack. The other thing that's coming up now are just rights. I think my children should have the same amount of rights than me and not less. And so deep concern right now with the reproductive justice and what's going on with taking away the ability for a woman to make decisions about her own body. So those fall to the, come to the top, but there are other, fund the Medicaid gap, the environment's also very strong, particularly in our area because of the growth. So education and reproductive justice are the two main ones.
We're seeing attacks on LGBTQ youth and their families in all aspects of life, and particularly within education right now. And as we think about bodily autonomy from a reproductive care, gender affirming care access, and as we think about public health. And so with that, we're actually hearing on the ground that a lot of our neighbors don't understand why our community needs support, especially from allies. So why is equality and equity so important to you? And what would your support of the LGBTQ plus community look like if elected?
So members of my, in my family, my friends, they are part of the LGBTQ community. And I even have some of my dear friends having some of their kids come out. I mean, they are my neighbors and friends and family I love. And I'm so lucky that my company has a very active program to make sure that we become more aware of the challenges of the LGBTQ community. And so it started at work several years ago for me to learn how can I be a better ally, and learning the suicide rate with youth is so much higher in this community, or just the support system that kids need so much higher, or just at work. I mean, just having job equity, as a woman, I already know that, we don't have the same equity as men, but it gets even worse for folks that are in more marginalized communities. And that to me, it's just not right. So if I give you an example, so at work, Pride Month several years ago, I got to meet somebody from the Free Moms Hug organization, North Carolina. And knowing that our area might not be as progressive maybe as you would see in other places of the state, I asked, do we have a chapter down here in Southern Wake? And they're like, we don't yet. Can you help us? And so I, went home, put on a Facebook post, can anybody help? And, you think that our area is conservative, and within a minute, I had somebody say, I want to help. and within 24 hours, we had 100 people sign up to help. So there is compassion and there is support in our area. I think what's really important is for those voices to come out and know that they have to come out and be heard, because the LGBTQ community is being attacked. And I think that that's attacked by some. And then it's up to us, for the rest of us, to be allies, to stand up and make sure that we stand up for what's right. Love is love. It was coming out day a couple days ago, and I posted about, if you're ready, great. If you're not, great. Just be who you are, because you are part of our community. And I wear my Free Moms Hug shirt throughout the year wherever I go. And I usually have somebody say, can I just have a hug? Or thank you for doing that. Or, this is important to my family because of my grandchildren. So I think it's just being open to say, stand up, be a good ally, and make sure that you support the folks that belong and are thriving members of our community.
As a biracial, non-binary, trans person here in the state, it's really important for me to know that I have folks that have my back across the state. And everything that you named really helps me see myself in the future of North Carolina. And I also hope that this includes your commitment to uphold any governor's vetoes when it comes to stopping anti-LGBTQ attacks, particularly those against the trans and gender nonconforming community. If you make it to the NCGA, can we also count on you to uphold that commitment to back the governor?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that is one of the things that I've seen, some of the scary proposals that are being put forth. And my opponent talks about, 3-2-1, 3 House seats, two Senate, and 1 Supreme Court, and we could have full power to take Governor Cooper's veto away. And knowing the bills that he had to veto in the last, since 2018 is just frightening. And absolutely, that is one of the things that when I call up the folks saying, this is so important for me to win this area so that I could support the governor. And it's not even just our area. I mean, I know a lot about our area and I will champion for our area for the things that we need. But to me, it feels like the future of our state. And in some ways, even I was just reading an article, the future of more than just our state, of our country, because in terms of abortion access, many states around us don't have abortion access. And over 30% of the people coming here coming from out of state. We have to just lift everyone.
It's absolutely huge, and knowing that you have such a strong commitment to this work is so important. So I thank you on behalf of ENC and so many others to help ensure that you have the support that you need moving forward with your campaign. As a part of our work, we're co-hosting a fundraiser, and I wanted to know if
Yeah.
you wanted to share that with folks so that we can help get some turnout.
I'm really excited that from being endorsed with Equality NC, I've had tremendous support from this organization and the PAC, and knowing it's two ways, right? Knowing folks know I care and want to support this community, but then also I have the support back. And along with helping me canvass and phone bank, there is a fundraiser going on Monday night in our area in District 37, and Equality NC is doing a great job advertising it. And anybody can just come to my website, Christine Kelly, fornc.com, and learn about the different things that we're doing, my social media platform. So yeah, I mean, personally for me, I knew coming into this race, I would get attacked, because that's how politics is now, right? And I've seen it before. It's not my first time being in the race. And I know that I can handle it because it's just superficial, and people who know me know that these attacks aren't real. But I also know that I have I have thick skin. Not everybody can do attacks. So I'm happy to be there in the forefront, taking some of the pressure, knowing that I can help others maybe behind me that don't feel so secure. Maybe that comes with age, and knowing that I'm coming through with looking back on things around my community that I know that I can help other people. There are those that do not have a voice that belong, that need to have it. So So yeah, so the fundraiser is great. I can't wait for that Monday, but just the ongoing support. And um, I challenge everyone, please go look at Equality NC and other sites, like learn, like step in to be an ally. You know, it's not something you just sit back and watch and say, oh yeah, that's somebody else's work. No, it's all of our work. It's all of our work to be better. Um, I know that I use my pronouns at work a lot now, and some of my coworkers are learning about that, and that's okay. It's like, you know, it's okay to be on a different discovery of what is the right thing to do. But the more we use pronouns, the more we talk about that, the better it will be for folks to know that that's just part of our society. And everyone's welcome. Everyone participate. Everyone pays taxes. Everyone has the same responsibility. Everybody should have the same rights.
100%. And pronouns are part of language that we use every single day. So thanks for helping us normalize that.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, I put it on all my, my work stuff because it's important for folks to, please ask me about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this work of solidarity is so important, and we thank you for all of your work and allyship to the org and to the fight. Christine, it's been such a pleasure talking with you today, and I'm so excited to talk more in the future. We are excited to continue working with candidates like yourself to help ensure that we have the strength to fight for equality and protections for our community across the state. We invite everybody tuning in to continue to tune into these conversations. You can catch up on socials or at Equality NC on all platforms, and look out for more spotlights like these so you can get to know the candidates representing you across the state. Christine Kelly, it's a joy and an honor to hang out with you today, and thanks for helping make our state even better.
Thank you, Rebby. And thank you for making sure we bring more people into getting more involved into the political scene. And we need younger people to vote. I hope that that will happen, and you help us with that. So thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk to you super soon, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye.